Welcome to our CleanCast today. Thanks for joining us. I've entitled today's topic, Service versus Satisfaction. You know, as I think about this subject, I'm reminded that of you going to a big department store, you know, or like a Walmart, a Target, you name it. And I'm not trying to give any of them plugs, and I'm not trying to disparage any of them. But you go to any of these places, and they have what's called a customer service desk, don't they? You know, particularly think about it the day after Christmas. You know, the customer service department really gets hammered. But the customer service department, what generally is where you go when you got a problem, isn't it? And so you go with your problem, and it probably gets resolved as the customer service agent grumbles the entire time. And so that's a concept. I have a thing about service versus satisfaction. In my opinion, service is a concept, satisfaction is a demonstration. So you can have all the service concepts in the world. What the customer wants is a demonstration of what you're doing, and are they satisfied? And in fact, in our company mission statement, we talked about having satisfied customers, not serviced customers. So, as an example, have you ever been to a restaurant or maybe an airline? A retail store that you got the service. You know, I think sometimes of airlines when I used to travel, 4 days a week, and some of the flight attendants were just rude. They were very well trained, weren't they, to provide service. In other words, if that plane started, with turmoil, they're the ones that came around, make sure that your seat belt was, they gave you out the safety warning at the beginning. They told you to get in your seat as you're beginning to land. This was all service. These were all things that they needed to provide for us. But some of them were downright rude. And I wasn't satisfied. I got the service, but don't you really want to be satisfied when you do something like that? Don't you want to have a happy flight experience? And I'm not picking on airlines specifically. I can, my next one is restaurants. They bring you the food, and it's warm, and it's okay, and, but in the meantime, what do you want? Right? Do we do the same thing? Do we say to our customer, do we treat them like they're a pain in the backside? You're getting the service, aren't you? Look at the specs. Or do we say to them, that's not in the specs? We don't do that. Now I realize you're saying to Richard, you're being, you're over amplifying this. Well, I am. But I'm making a point, aren't I? The fact is that we sometimes send body language, sometimes in the things we say, sometimes in the things we don't say, that leaves our customer serviced but not satisfied. See the big difference? You see the difference between service and satisfaction? I remember many years ago, Tom Peters said, if you have to have a customer service department, what are the rest of your people doing? Implying that shouldn't we all be in the customer satisfaction business? Shouldn't we all be trying to please that customer at all times? How many of you that are watching this today have a customer service rep that goes around to make sure that your customer's happy? And you almost to the point of nausea are looking for stuff, and your customer has started expecting your visits every week, so they feel like they have to find something every time you come in? Shouldn't we be training our end user, our end cleaner, our building supervisors to make sure that it looks great every day? Shouldn't we be looking at the place and say, you know, if this was my home, I'd be happy? Of course, I'm not sure some of the homes are very nice either, but that's beside the point. But if you have to have a customer service department, what are the rest of your people doing? I thought it was always a great point, and I'm not so sure that's not on my website as well, as a saying, because I picked out some sayings that have really been important to me in the career I've chosen, which is this building service contracting industry. And so we hammered hard on this customer satisfaction business. I wanted my customers satisfied, not just serviced. And here's, you know, to bring it to a close in our own business. Have you ever lost an account where everything you did on the specifications was looking good? Everything, you know, you checked this stuff off every night. Customer really didn't have any complaints about the service. But somewhere along the way, somebody aggravated her or him. Maybe it was something that our employee said, you know, that maybe they made a special request. And our employee said, they don't give me enough time for that. They don't pay me enough for that. Which is a whole new series on customer relations that we ought to be looking at. And I'll do a commercial here. We do have both English and Spanish versions of customer relations for cleaning techs and supervisors on our website, consultantcitycleaning.com. That's a blatant advertisement. But nevertheless, have we trained our people what they should say? If our equipment's broke, who do we go see? Do we go complain to the customer? You see, they're getting the job done every night. But because our employee maybe made some statements that they shouldn't have, the customer's not very satisfied. Think about that. I want to encourage your company to be one that focuses on customer satisfaction, not just customer service. Thanks for watching us today. See you next time.